Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another video. And this video is dedicated to another YouTuber, GREY1951, who was kind enough to subscribe to my channel quite early on and leave kind comments and knowledgeable comments. And in my ignorance, I didn't actually realise he had his own channel, so I have since subscribed, and his channel is fantastic. He's a really nice guy, and he is knowledgeable and has a wealth of cinematic experience. And on his site, one of the series of great videos he has is his top 100 films, and it's in 5 parts, and he does 20 films per part. And this film, Another Earth, was in part 1, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it was part 1. And on his recommendation and his great job giving it a review, I felt intrigued by it, so I bought it. It's 2011's Another Earth. This is co-written and directed by Mike Cahill, and co-written and starring Britt Marling. And it's one of those films that undoubtedly fell through the cracks. I had never heard of it before GREY1951 talked about it on his video. It's kind of encouraging that writer-directors are still doing nice little interesting intriguing films, obviously unfortunately that do slip through the cracks, but this is kind of science fiction, kind of a character drama, and it's about a girl played by Britt Marling, who gives a very nice performance, and she has just qualified for MIT. She's been at a party and she gets into an accident and kills a family, and puts the father of the family into a coma. This is all happening while a little blue planet has been found quite close to Earth. And so she spends 4 years in prison for manslaughter, which strangely enough is the same length that she would have been at college at MIT. So she comes out, and by this time the planet is getting closer, and in the background the filmmakers actually use real scientists and astrophysicists, and you just see them in news reports on TVs and things like that, or on the radio, talking about how this planet is getting closer and closer to our Earth, and as time passes they realise it's kind of like Earth, and they start calling it Earth 2, and throughout this time she's obviously down and she doesn't want to speak to people, and she gets a job cleaning in a local school, where she meets one of her colleagues, and she comes across the father of the family that she killed in the road accident, and posing as a cleaner, she works her way into his life. And while this is going on, more and more details about the other planet, or the other Earth, comes out. The fact that it's getting so close that they're actually planning to send a shuttle there. They get news via radio broadcast that there's actually potentially humans on the planet, potential mirror images of ourselves, and there's a competition to write an essay about why you should go on the shuttle. I'm not really going to talk about anything else story-wise, because things unfold. There's some nice surprises, but I just really wanted to talk about the fact the film is really quite beautiful. I mean, it's shot on digital, excuse me, and at times there's a bit too much kind of zoomy in and outy, blurry digital stuff going on. But at its core is just this beautiful character study. You're on Rhoda, the girl's name, strange enough. You're on Rhoda's side, so even though she did obviously cause this horrific accident, she's not a bad person, so you automatically you feel for her as she gets out of prison and tries to work through some things. Obviously the father of the family that was killed, he's got issues of his own. He's on medication. This is a film that doesn't go for, bombastic special effects. It's pretty low budget, but at its heart, again, is the questions of, if you had another version of yourself, what would you ask them? And as somebody points out, you kind of do that every day in your internal monologue. But there's also a theory that when you first saw the other Earth, there was a divergence that happened with your other self. So it's just a question of what happened to your other self, what path did they take? And again, there's a couple of guys with the cardboard placards pretty much saying that we're the dreams of Earth 2, as they call it. So it's kind of full of little philosophical questions about if you could meet an alternate you, what would you say and what would you ask it? It is quite a moving film at times. It is quite emotional, but again, it's not done in a sentimental way, it's not done in a schmaltzy way. It's just very subtle, and if you have the patience for it, it is quite a beautiful experience. So that's really all I have to say about Another Earth. Even though I would certainly recommend picking it up. You can get it on Blu-ray fairly cheaply. And again, it is heartening that there is a place for these little films with nice little ideas. But again, it's thanks to GREY1951, and please subscribe to his channel and check out his channel because he's got lots of excellent videos up. And again, this is one of the most positive things to come out of doing this YouTube channel. You do learn about films that you've never heard of before, that are well worth watching and tracking down. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again for more videos. This is Solitude Ronan saying farewell.